Salute and welcome, Goodbreads. Welcome to the Goodbread Wrestling Channel, also known as Figure 4 TV, and we are back for yet another thought-provoking episode. So, after the intro, guys, I want to talk to you about Jey Uso. You know what I mean? He lost the title. A lot of people is mad. He only had the title for 52 days. His dad responded to him losing the title. And there's a rumor going around that Jey Uso is messing with Asuka. So we're gonna tackle all of those topics when we come back from the intro, guys. All right, guys, so first things first, let's talk about this Jey Uso and Asuka creeping on the low together, guys. Now, this is not the first female in the WWE women's locker room that Jey Uso have been linked with. For those of y'all that don't know, Jey Uso was linked a while back with Jada Parker, Miss Parker. Right, so Jey Uso, he's a ladies' man in that WWE locker room there. I don't know what's going on between him and his wife, but maybe his wife is not motivational. Maybe because we never see her at the shows. We see his sons, but we never see his wife. I mean, he won the world's title. He won the Intercontinental title. And we never seen Jey Uso's wife. If you don't Google this woman, you pretty much ain't going to know who she is. Never seen her sitting in the front row cheering him on. So in situations like that, in relationships like that, guys tend to, you know what I mean? They go looking for that in other women. So I don't know if this rumor is true or not, but here go the video, and this is from this video that everybody in the IWC is forming their opinion, saying that maybe Jey and Asuka is messing around with each other. So let's check out this little clip, and we come right back. So this clip was pulled from this Monday's edition of Monday Night Raw, and a lot of people was upset because they ruined Asuka's return by mentioning her, and we see her in this clip here, but they never even said anything about her on the show or anything. They didn't bring her back in any angle, or they didn't bring her back with anything. So you see Jey Uso, he's not with Jimmy, he's not with any of the bloodline, he's with Asuka. And I mean, it's raising a lot of eyebrows here. A lot of eyebrows. I'll let you guys be the judge on that. I just bring you guys the news, and I bring you guys the latest. I'm not here to create no stories or push no rumors forward. That's what they're saying, and that's the clip. All right, now let's get on to why Jey Uso really lost the title. Jey Uso lost the World Heavyweight title after 52 days because he never was penciled in by the higher-ups, guys. The higher-ups, they only move with larger-than-life athletes, and Jey Uso is not a larger-than-life athlete. Jey Uso, he's one of those caught fire superstars. And when you catch fire like that, the company gotta do something with you quick, or they're gonna let you fizzle on out. And see, the company, they started to let Jey fizzle on out until they got smart. And they said, all right, let's throw the IC title on him. And by the time they threw the IC title on him, it was already too late. So they snatched the IC title right off of him. And everybody was upset at that. And then they said, you know what? People still cheering. This Yeet thing is still selling. Let's give him the world's title. But just like Daniel Bryan, just like Kofi Kingston, just like all of the Catch Fire Now guys, they never was written in. They never was written in. They never was penciled in. So if the fans and if public opinion don't push these guys over, then the company will never do anything with them. Another example of this is LA Knight. LA Knight is about to go to the wayside, guys. And if you guys watched SmackDown last night, LA Knight says something that was pure gold. And it got everything to do with Jey Uso. Remember when he was walking to the ring, and inside the ring was the establishment. You had Cody Rhodes, you had John Cena, and you had Randy Orton. Those are the company men. So if you're not any one of those guys, you got to catch lightning. You got to catch lightning in the bottle in order to get the world title on you, because those guys are the ones that start the year off penciled in to the titles and penciled in with the storylines. This is why WWE flows the way it flows, because a lot of the storylines are already written. We got rid of the Vince McMahon where we make up the storyline 2 hours before the show and we just go with the flow. Triple H and his new regime of writers, they know what they're doing and they have these things scripted. So when Jey Uso caught fire and he wasn't penciled in, now you got to find a way to pencil him in. So what they had to do was they had to stop Gunther's long run, because they had Gunther penciled in for a long World's Heavyweight title run. So what they naturally did was they said, Gunther, hold on, we're going to let you drop the belt to Jey Uso so we can get the fans what they crying for. But Jey Uso going to give you that belt back. So instead of giving Gunther a long World's Heavyweight title run, they broke it up to accommodate Jey Uso because the fans was crying. Jey Uso is not a larger-than-life athlete just yet, and he might not ever get there. Jey Uso lacks promo skills. And when you lack promo skills, then you lack the ability to bring people into seats. You know what I mean? Jey Uso cannot bring people into seats by his promos. And when you have a World's Heavyweight Champion, you need that in your World's Heavyweight Champion. Guys, another example of Jey Uso being a bad promo. How many of you guys remember a couple weeks ago when you had Logan Paul in the ring, you had John Cena in the ring, you had Cody Rhodes in the ring, and you had Jey Uso in the ring? Now, I just mentioned the first three great promos. Logan Paul is a great promo. John Cena, we know, is a great promo, and he's been killing it. And Cody, he get it from his dad. He could talk you in. Cody can talk you into the arena. That's why Cody is a great champion. Jey Uso, what did he say? When his promo time came, what did Jey Uso say, guys? Only 4 letters. 1 word, 4 letters. Yeet. Bro, you're going to need to say more than that in a promo. You're going to need to do more than that to bring people into the arena and buying tickets. So I understand that your dad is upset, and your dad shouldn't be, because your dad know the business very well. But this is what happened when y'all living off of nepotism. A lot of the Samoans did never earn their spot. The Samoans, because their name and because of who their family is, been given a lot of spots. Very few Samoans had to earn their spot. I just want y'all to know that. So Rikishi, all that yelling you doing is ungrateful and it's for nothing. Your son had the championship. They gave it to him. He had it. It's in a memory. We got pictures of him holding it. They can't take that away from him. Now Jey Uso goes back to being main event Jey. He go back to being the champion feeder, like how they was using him. Jey Uso is good enough to be in the main event match, but not good enough to win it. He's believable enough to put him in there with the champion or with somebody that's going for the #1 contendership, but he's not going to win because he's not a great champion. Point blank and period. I love Jey Uso. I love Yeet. Love everything about it. I am a Yeeter, but I'm a realist. And real is real, guys. Real is real. All right? I also want to give Jey Uso credit because I like the way he fixed his body. Jey Uso was having a little dad bod. But for the past 3 weeks, if you notice, Jey Uso got the 6-pack. Jey Uso, so he did work on that. But he need to work on his promos. He absolutely need to work on his promos. And until Jey get better at his promos, he's just going to be championship feeding material. He's not going to be championship material, guys. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the business. And guys, when you check the history on what I'm telling you, check it. Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, they all was hot shot at the title, and they all did not have long championship runs. Not even Daniel Bryan. They did not have long championship runs because whenever you catch fire the way those guys caught fire and they have to pencil you into the storyline, then you just a transitional champion until they can get their title back on to the establishment, until they get the title back on their company, man. You just a transitional champion, so it's just a matter of time, guys. LA Knight is another example of that, man. They wasted LA Knight. LA Knight should have been the champion 2 years ago. And it's funny how both of these guys, Yeet and Yeah, they were stopped and cut short by Roman Reigns. Jay time to really shine was when he should have beat Roman Reigns. If Jay would have beat Roman Reigns at that time and became the champion at that time, it would have been way better. Way better for Jey Uso. Just like LA Knight. If LA Knight would have beat Roman Reigns, LA Knight have not been the same since he lost to Roman Reigns. He lost to Roman Reigns. Then they start this final boss character. And the final boss, The Rock, his promos and his character, his essence of a character is so similar to LA Knight. So when you have The Rock doing his thing, ain't nobody gonna care about LA Knight. And that's where LA Knight went down. Now The Rock is gone, and everybody don't like The Rock. And this is where we want LA Knight. We want LA Knight. But it's a little bit too little too late now. A little bit too little too late. And this is what happened when you're not an establishment. When you're not one of them hand-picked stars. The Seth Rollins, the Roman Reigns, the Cody Rhodes, the John Cena's, or the Randy Ortons. When you're not one of them, this is what happened, guys. So let's get on to what Rikishi says. And guys, I'm going to conclude. I'm not coming back after Rikishi. So you guys like, share, subscribe if you're new over here. And I'll see you guys later, guys. If you got any videos or topics that you want me to do, leave in the comment section, guys. And salute to all of you guys that commented on the R-Truth video. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Thank you for keeping it real. See y'all later.
And when I say bloodline, I say any family member. Any family member. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Hey, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But let me go ahead and speak on what y'all made viral. Let me go ahead and speak on what y'all made go trending out there. And I'm talking about my son, Jey. I'm talking about what y'all put out there. Some of y'all are happy that Jey's reign then came to an end. And some of y'all are out there making your voices heard about the days that he's held this belt of 51 days. 51 days for this champion. Wow. Let me back up for a second. Are we talking about a kid that 16 plus years that put in work? We talk about a kid that combined with him and his brother, merchandise sales to the roof as a tag team, now breaks off in a single competitor. If you can tell me that anybody else is selling any merchandise higher than Yeet, I want you to tell me, by all means. Generating revenue for the company. What was that saying? What's good for business? And then you have a kid that put his heart and soul, just like everybody else that's out there on the roster, put their heart and soul to get to that main event spot. And finally, when he gets there, you know what I feel? Here's what I feel. I feel that those are writing for this kid, his storyline, you didn't do him justice. You didn't feed this champion right talent to be able to continue to make this champion. Not a fair shot in my eyes. So you go 51 days. I say fire. Fire those that are writing for this kid here. If you can't come up with something simple to promote and push your champion, that you, not me, you decide to put this kid in that position. And then that's it. All of a sudden, the brains done went, just cloudy, like you can't write. You can't think of an angle for Jey. Well, if you can't do your job, I say, best endeavors. Get the hell out the way. Put somebody in that position. Because the longer you keep the belt on this kid, the longer we talk about what's good for business. Merchandise sales to the roof. That's what it is. Last I knew. If you can't make money for the company, why are you in that position? So now they passed the belt on to Gunther. For whatever reason. Hey, I ain't got no beef with Gunther. I ain't got no beef with any of those that are on the roster. I ain't got no beef with that. And if I do, I'm going to say it to your face, because that's just the type of man I am. But let me back up. Good luck. Good luck if that's what your choice is, to go that way. But let me back up and continue my thoughts on my son as far as, you know, his run as the world champion. I didn't think it was justice. I didn't think it was fair. 51 days, that was it. I mean, in a Continental Belt, a short run, that was it. Like, what is it? What is it against my boy that you just feel like when you had done that to Randy Orton, if you threw the belt on Randy Orton for him, would you have done that to, John Cena? I mean, let's talk about it. Because last I knew, the last time we seen WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, damn it, he had the whole arena. The whole arena. Yeet. Yeet, yeet, yeet your motherfucking ass yeet.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal.
No lie, he's wild in there.